The Torah praises Avram Avinu as being a great machnis orchim, a great host. And he and his wife Sarah are known and inculcated this into the essence of the Jewish people, that we would be machnisei orchim. We Jews will be people who will always open up our homes to others, to other needy people, and do whatever we can in this particular mitzvah of hachnasat orchim, of bringing in guests. Now, there's a Gemara in Masechta Baba Batra, Daf Tet Zayin, and the Gemara says as follows: V'Hashem birechet Avram bakol. There's many interpretations. What is this concept? Hashem gave a bracha to Avram bakol. What's bakol? Bakol means, literally translated, with everything. But Chazal say the following: My bakol, Reb Shimon bar Yochai Omer, Even tova tluya al tzavaro shel Avraham. Avram Avinu had a very valuable stone hanging around his neck. V'kol chole haro'eh oto miyad mitrapeh. Any person who has an ailment or a sickness, when he would look at this Even Tovah, he would immediately become cured. The Gemara goes on to say, Ubesha'ah sheniftar min ha'olam, but when Avraham Avinu passed away from this world and went to the next world, then Tla'ah HaKadosh Baruch Hu, so to speak, hung this stone begalgal chama. Hung it on the galgal chama, hung it in some place associated with the sun. The great genius Hagoyen Rav Moshe Sternbuch, of the head of the Eida Charedis court, explains this in a very interesting manner, this midrash. And he explains it with a story. There was a great Hasidic master by Rav Moshe Mikobrin, and he came one day to visit the famed Briskerov. Beis Halevi came to visit him. And when he came into the house, he found there was a lot of tension in the house. And he couldn't understand. He says, what's happening? And they told him that the son, Chaim, who was destined to become the great Reb Chaim, his son Chaim was desperately ill. He was a young little kid and he was desperately ill, and the doctors had given up hope for him. So this Rav Moshe Mikobrin said immediately, I want you to make a lavish meal for me. I'm your guest. Make a lavish meal and entertain me regally. And they couldn't understand. The whole household is occupied with this desperately ill child. And this man arrives as a guest and is asking, almost demanding, that they make a very lavish meal for him. But he was a great tzaddik. At the meal, he explained the following. He explained that Chazal tell us, this Gemara in Baba Barsa says, that Hachnasat Orchim, which was the key mitzvah of Avram Avinu, by which Avram Avinu was known for, which Avram Avinu injected into the genes of Am Yisrael, that we would be always Machnisei Orchim. This was one of the most outstanding virtues in Avram Avinu. And it says that Hachnasat Orchim is a Zgula Lirefuah. It has special powers that it brings with it in its wake the ability to cure the sick. And someone who is a great machnis oreach gets a koyach bracha. So he said, this is what this concept of the Gemara is telling us, that there was this valuable stone around the neck of Abraham. This was Avram's medal. This was Avram's significant achievement, that he introduced this concept of Hachnasat Orchim into Am Yisrael. And this was something very central. And this when anybody who looked at it, anybody who perceived this, anybody who indulged in this and understood the concept and the depth of Achnasat Orchim, this would give the energies to be able to bring about a refuah. So said Rav Moshe Mikobrin, he said to the Beis Halevi, you have a sick child in the home. I wish to, and you were very preoccupied with him. But if you fulfill this mitzvah of Achnas Orchim, Amenoreach, this mitzvah of Achnasat Orchim, if you fulfill it in the finest way, then you will be endowed with the koyach of bracha for refuah. And now at the meal, as they were entertaining their great guest in the finest manner, he said to Reb Chaim, he said to the Beis Halevi, he said to him, now pray and give a bracha to your son Chaim, and he in the zgula of Hachnasat Orchim, he will be cured, because this is a zgula for refuah. The kachave, and so it was. Reb Chaim defied all the dire predictions of the doctors. He was completely cured, and he grew up to be the great, great Reb Chaim, who revolutionized the way that we study Talmud today, the great Reb Chaim Soloveitchik.